Our mics aren't even muted.
I'm good.
Darn you, Max Gerald. Darn you for starting it right now. Blame him, our stream director. Tweet him. Guys, of course, it's an awesome game that we have going on here. 1-1 in the series count. Epsilon going up against Unite. Epsilon ended up taking that meltdown, search and destroy game. Now we're going to be making our way to capture the flag on Raid. And we were talking during the break, obviously that teamwork of Epsilon is definitely coming to play, but Respawn game types, once again, the energy, the hype is going to come back into this. Is this working in Unite's favor?
If Unite wants to win this game, they got to win this map. I hate to say it, but it's really...
They can't allow them to take this one and take 4 and 5.
No, really. And especially CTF, I feel like, is... Their CTF, the CTF game with Epsilon, I feel that's pretty much Karma's string, I think. As a player, like, Karma's definitely one of the top CTF players in the game. And Killa also, like, they're pretty much every player on that team is a really good CTF player. But in general, like, Karma will make a lot of plays with your flag and kind of, like, be really super aggressive mid-map, get a lot of kills, pretty much do everything, really.
Yeah.
And, like, John is a great player as well, but as a team, like, we played him on this map earlier, actually, and it's just really they don't seem to have that pressure at your flag that they used to have.
Yeah.
And that's something that, as a team, like, United needs to take advantage of. They're like we saw earlier, they're pretty much a lot of individuality on that team that they make plays. So CTF is a game type of all plays. It's all situational and understanding when you have to rotate back, when you have to overextend, make plays with their flag, get the kills. And it's something that Epsilon is really good at, but I feel like Unite has a chance to take this map. And I'm not even sure what the Fort hardpoint map is, but I wouldn't really suspect that Epsilon's going to lose in their hardpoint game against this team. It's just really like to the point where Epsilon is a really strong hardpoint team as a core.
Yeah.
And I feel like they just had a really bad start earlier, which is what it's really hard to come back from like a 9-0 start. So obviously this game is going to be a huge game for Unite and as well as Epsilon.
Yeah, I mean, it's game 3, man. Game 3 in the best of 5. The midpoint of the matchup, you always expect that craziness to go down. I'm going to be looking out for Nameless. That's going to be my player to watch in this game because he is very momentum-based, just like the rest of the guys in Epsilon. But on top of that, his AR has just been on point. It's like, it's scary. I love this Nameless. The Nameless that we're seeing at this event is a Nameless I want to see at every event moving forward.
I mean, I've stayed with Nameless like the very start of my career, and he's always been a player that's been out there, but I really feel like he bloomed throughout this game. He's more of a presence. He's been more of a player that you really like. You know when he's there. You know when you're playing against him. So really big props to Anthony. I mean, he's a super good player. I'm really excited to see what he can do this game.
Yeah, without a doubt. And then on the Epsilon side, I talk about him a lot throughout this entire weekend, but which was Killer. But I'm not going to talk about Killer. The player I'm looking for is Miracles. Because Miracles, I want to see what he's doing. He's been quiet. He's playing great. Don't get me wrong, but he's just been quiet. And you don't see like these flashy plays out of Miracles. I just love the fact that he gets the job done. There's nothing better than that.
That's pretty much what he does for his team. That's really he's probably one of the best at it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, he's proven throughout the year that he's really good. He's kind of like a utility player.
Yeah.
He'll be really good at pretty much doing everything for his team. He mostly uses submachine gun, but yeah, let's hop on board Nameless. I want to see what Nameless is off break here.
Let's do it. All right, so Nameless is going to be the first player that we jump on board with. And CTF, off the break. Rambo, where are they going? If you're Unite, what's your strategy?
So if you're Unite, you want to get control of Kitchen as quick as you can. They have the advantages. They have the advantage side. The best side of the map is to start from the bottom stairs and coming through zigzag. You get the middle quicker than your opponents. And as you see, really good map control. But Epsilon gets the first 3 kills, and they get full middle map control. And we see Nameless here. Ooh, that's a huge kill. So now we're going to see Epsilon push through red and try and force Unite to spawn river and try and pull this flag out. But it's going to be really difficult for them, mostly because, as we see, they seem to have a lot of ARs right now. We saw, I believe, only John and I think they have 2. Actually,
Epsilon ARs?
Yeah, Epsilon actually there's 2 and 2, I think. John's using a sub, and I believe Kill actually, I think he picked that one up. Yeah, look at his class setup. For sure he picked that one up.
Oh my God.
One burst on English.
That sucks.
I hate the one burst, man. Killa gets those too much. But Killa just gets a really sick kill there. And he's being the annoying at your base guy, and that's really what he needs to do right now. His team died. They lost map control, so by him taking as much time as possible to die, getting kills, allows his team to push off back spawn and control. Man, as you see, they're at their base again.
Yeah, but there was a little bit of a miscommunication there as John and his teammate ended up
oh my goodness.
God, John, what a shot there as he takes that one right through the... I didn't even see the
pre-fire. I think he was off a call-out saying he's going to back up through stage, just pre-fire and killed him. If there's no one in the garage, that would definitely been a good flag pull. And he got 2 kills with the flag on top of that, so that would have been definitely streaks. So a big stop back here. We stopped that flag. Same picks up 2, and Killer's trying to overextend there, and that's 3 down. And Still, we see Unite stuck in their base. Unite really needs to start being more aggressive on the map, trying to get some map control, because if Epsilon's eventually going to get a flag on you if you just give it map control like this.
Yeah, it's like it's almost as if you just keep on punching someone. If they don't say ow, they're going to say ow eventually because it's going to hurt, you know?
Good reference.
And that's basically what's going on here. John now, he's going to get taken out. So finally, you might be able to see Unite doing something, but Miracles on your screen. He's going to stop anyone that's going to make an advancement toward red. So you mentioned Killa's doing that, but again, that utility player Miracles, he is doing that as well. He's just lingering around. He's filling in the role that Killa did not do there, or Killa is not doing at this point in time. As we jump on board with Killa, who's going to be in the middle.
But really, we see some Unite hasn't. I don't think Unite has crossed the midpoint of the map yet, except for Nameless at the very start.
Yeah,
it's really like it's almost like watching Boss Nasty play. Big. No, that's harsh. I'm sorry, stream. But in general, for the first time here, we see Unite making a push. They have some map control. They get the first kill. So pretty much what Unite was doing wrong is they're really too scared about people being at their base. So they were kind of like had 2 guys sitting at their flag watching the rack, and only 2 guys pushing out is not going to work, especially not against a team like Epsilon. So we're seeing some really good plays here. They have full map control, and now we see the kills. The next kills are going to matter a lot, but as we see Epsilon pick up 2, especially they're playing basketball. But Nameless gets the first kill, gets the second kill, huge kills. He needs to make a push for the flag. This is where you need to force. That's what we saw at a kill earlier. He stayed alive. He's still big plays. I mean, I can't say enough good things about Nameless right now.
I like SMG Nameless more than I like AR Nameless. When he runs his SMG, it's like he's just on point, man. I feel like he has just so much more speed and quickness to him. But look at that here, actually, as they're back in their base. Once again, Epsilon, they have him on their tail. They have him running back with their tails behind them.
They had full map control. We still saw Ricky and one of his teammates looking at their backs.
Yeah.
Like, they really have a lack of awareness right now on what's happening. They're so scared of Epsilon pulling their flag. And this needs to change. There's no way they're going to win this game playing this way, because as good as they can get maybe a flag or 2, playing this way, you're eventually going to get 1 or 2 or 3 flags out, and that's going to give the other team streaks. So it's really, Unite has to stop playing scared and go for it. Go for map control. Make sure you're spread out well around the map so nobody gets behind you and you don't have to be watching your back all the time at your base.
Now, I have to ask you about the sides. How important do the sides play a factor here? Because, you know, with Unite having to play from garage side, are they playing a little bit of an uphill disadvantage, or is it just, you know, it really doesn't matter in a map like Raid?
I personally feel like Raid is not a map. I don't feel like Raid is a map that really matters for spawns. I think the only difference that it could come into place if someone has streaks.
Okay.
Pulling a flag on either side can differ, like especially on the when you pull a flag river from the side that we see Unite on currently. If the other team has streaks, there's a lot of stops you can make to actually keep that flag alive. Like you can just stay in the HUD on basketball if you have full map control. Then your team will call their streaks to try and kill as many people.
Yeah.
But it's much easier to actually stop a flag grab. While if you're on the other side and you're pulling a flag out when the other team has streaks, it's much harder to actually stop the flag anywhere, because everywhere you're running except Kitchen is open.
Okay. And now looking here, by the way, Epsilon, Parasite, flag in hand. He's going to say, you know what, Rambo, I'm taking it down the middle. And that's exactly what his strategy is. He has 25 seconds left. He's going to get picked off, gets taken out. Miracles there is going to be there for that pickup, as well as Killa. Yeah, Killa gets taken out. Miracles gets taken out. Killa's going to be there. Flag is returned, and we are going to be going into a draw for round 1 of 2 of play here. Let's take a look at the stats, by the way, as we actually pretty even spread here with Epsilon, and on the other side, Embos and Saints looking for them to really step it up here in the next game. Nameless, 12-12, he's playing solid.
So the flag, I want to talk about a bit of the flagpole. The flagpole is actually the right move, pulling middle in that situation, because they're not actually blocking either spawn. They kind of just pushed through middle, got their kills.
And they like ran together.
Pretty much, they ran back together. That's the bad part of that play, is you need to spread out. You need to push both sides of the spawn. So someone opens stairs, someone goes through red and comes back through pillars. Because as soon as the flag guy died, that flag run is over regardless, because there's absolutely no one watching the spawns, and you're able to let the other team flood from everywhere.
Yeah.
So they didn't cut off the angles at the source, which was the problem there. If you just sit middle and you wait for them to come at you, 9 times out of 10, that flagpole is not going to get done.
Yeah, and that's the problem, right? Where, like, again, I think the thing was they had a lot of they didn't have a lot of time, you know. And when you look at it, it's like, all right, let's just run. They felt like they didn't have a lot of time. It's like, let's just put this one away. Let's try and avoid a counter cap. I think that was like probably their mindset.
Yeah, it might have been.
Who knows? But you know, what's done is done here. 0-0 as round 2 of play begins here. And John, he ends up getting a nice kill. But he is going to get picked off. 2 down right now for Epsilon as Miracles and Parasite. Miracles pulling the flag, but he's going to get picked off right by that green side there. Nothing was going to come of that run.
So again, Unite playing like I mean, it almost seems like they're just playing for that sneak play.
Yeah.
It really seems like they're just playing so defensive this map. And I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad way of playing it. I definitely don't think it's the optimal way of playing the game type. They might get if they get the first flag, then it's actually really good because you've slowed the pace of the game so slow that it's going to be so hard for your team to actually push through your defensive status. But we see Ricky here doing the same thing kind of we saw Killer do earlier. Just buy some time for his team. As you can see, Epsilon there's 3 players looking for him. So the longer he stays alive, the actually better it is for his team. Ooh, almost got a 2-piece, but as you see, there's still 2 players to the opposing base. So regardless of, we saw actually, I believe it was John there push up for a flag. He should have kind of done the same thing on the other side's base. It's kind of just stay alive. Pushing for a flag when your teammate's not near is never really a good thing.
Yep, and Nameless trying to go for that Cook nade as he will find a player right by the open stairs, trying to see if he can close this one out. And, of course, this will be a big win for him to get this control here. But he gets knifed instead by Killa, who comes up huge with that one. Ricky trying to play the defensive role. You can see he's going to hide in that fern, but unfortunately he's going to get taken out. And here's Parasite with that flag.
Parasite got through there, and Epsilon Unite played it really wrong there. They did not go for B-ball control, which is the way everyone's going to pull the flag pretty much. But here, Parasite watching his back, he had a lot of players around him on his defense, so it wasn't really much he could do. But the important thing to talk about there is really, like, it's still the same thing. This whole map has been pretty much Epsilon controlling most of the map. We don't see Unite really going for anything right now. They almost seem to just want to go to overtime.
Yeah, I mean, well,
it's never a good thing.
Yeah, it's not a good thing. I mean, because again, like, okay, we're going to play the momentum game here, but you're talking about Epsilon, and that's not a safe bet. And you know, we talked about Unite being stuck in their base numerous times already, and finally we might actually see some advancement here. 4 down, this is the time. So now when you have 4 down, right, when you have 4 down like this, here comes a Hellstorm too. That's going to clear up the middle, and they're going to know that 2 players are going to be back garage.
I don't agree with that play, but if they feel like they can go for something here, they need a flagpole out of this, though. That's for sure.
He needs to get this kill.
Yeah, his teammates, no one's really watching the river spawn, and ooh, I think someone actually, Saints got full streaks there, and that's 4 down, but the Saints is the last guy alive here. As we were talking earlier, he does get it to middle. His teammates need to be focusing the cutoffs down. And I believe the return was actually done there. Parasite got the really last clutch return that really made that difference. So we saw half a War Machine, a Hellstorm used. I'm not sure if the Lightning was used, but I disagree with that. To be honest, like, I'll never be the one to agree with streaks in an offensive matter unless you're down.
Yeah, I think that what their approach was, they were going to catch him off the respawn.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
it's still, yeah, it's
Which
a decent
seemed
choice.
to be the strategy, but unfortunately the Hellstorm came out a little too late.
Yeah, it's the timing.
Yeah, it was a timing thing, and it did not rain down. You know, as what Gandhi and Maven said, it didn't rain ice down on them with their hailstorm. No, but seriously though, like Ricky here on your screen, he's going to get picked off. That's going to be 4 down. Now they're going to start coming up here. The flag is going to be pulled, and that's going to be from Miracle's area. Here's the Lightning.
He's getting red. He gets killed. Now there's 2 players in red. They're going to be able. They should be able to run this one in. That's going to be a cap for sure.
Yep, and they got it.
Really big pull. United, like I said, it's really like when you play so defensive, you can only hold for so long against a good team. And now we're going to see United here change completely the pace of the game and start playing really, really aggressive. We see 3 down there though, and ooh, Killa gets a big 2-piece with the Sun. And as you see, he's really close to streaks as well. He's about 2 or 3 kills away. So I mean, we can't say enough about this. It's really close, but still. The defensive status of Unite here just seems like they're just not giving themselves the best chance of winning this game.
Yeah, it is an uphill battle for them, especially now that they're down 1-0 with 51 seconds left on the clock. They have to pull off a miracle, though, as Miracle's going to get taken out. John, though, with the cleanup on Nameless, and John continued to advance on forward. 41 seconds left on the clock. Unite once again inside of their base here, actually lingering by Kitchen, as we're going to see a push coming. Killa, he's going to try and see if he can wait for anyone to come through. His teammate Miracle's pushing in as well. Parasite on a 4-score streak or 4 kill spree. So that's another thing, right? You can't allow Parasite to get kills like that. That's pretty much GG at this point.
Yeah, and we saw the good thing about what Epsilon did is they actually didn't sit on their lead in the back of their base. They actually pushed out and got map control after getting a few kills. And that's something that's super important because as much as you can have 1 minute left of the game, it doesn't change anything. If you sit in your base, it's pretty much 1 kill, one bad play that happens for your team, and you lose that game. So, I mean, really props to Epsilon for taking that game. I really feel like Unite could have done a better job at it, though. Especially with Saints getting score streaks. I mean, if they got first streaks with pretty much, but if they got map control and streaks, they couldn't have lost that game.
Yeah, and I'm actually kind of disappointed because a War Machine inside of the Epsilon base, and you still couldn't do it.
He actually team killed one of his teammates with that too.
Yeah,
that player's actually going for the flag. Actually, that would have been the only streak I would have used personally. Because, example, we saw them. They're responding back river.
Yeah.
So the first thing you're going to do is pretty much split up. You'll have 2 go to your base and 2 go to the front. And it was pretty much early in the round where the double lamp wasn't blown up actually. So one War Machine, you get a free kill, and then you pretty much just push over to give yourself the angle to river, and then you get free kills as well. So I feel like that could have been maybe executed a bit better, but it's obviously easier for us to say than for them to say.
No, that's very true. I mean, one could say, oh, yeah, maybe they dropped the lightning in front of the flag, thus creating that perimeter, allowing that push around the side. I mean, there was a lot of things they could have done there. But the one thing that Unite should have done, without a shadow of a doubt, was be more aggressive.
Yeah, it is.
Period.
They just, like I said, like through, especially the first side, we saw them look to their back so much when there's like literally no chance of anyone being in their base.
Yeah.
They're just playing so scared of someone sneaking by, and that's something that you really need to not do as a team in capture flag. If you play too scared, I mean, sometimes it'll pay off because maybe one guy will be behind you.
Yeah.
But if you play smart and intelligent through the map and spread out as much as you can, you'll be able to keep track of who's killing and who's dying and where the players are. Like, you'll be, okay, there's 2 left. We know these 2 guys are left. And then throughout the next gunfights, you'll be, oh, that's the player that he's there. Oh, we don't know where he is. So then you start playing more defensive. But it's just like, it was their pretty much instinctively, they were just playing so defensive at their base.
Yeah, well, it didn't unfold that way. It didn't actually work out for Unite. But we're going to go ahead, take a quick 30-second break. Then when we come back, we're actually going to have Yemen Hardpoint, which should be very interesting. So don't go anywhere, guys. You have something to say?
Both teams are really good at this map.
All right.
It's going to be a good map. Stay tuned.
It's going to be good. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a few.